Nicola Sturgeon will today call on Scotland to come together to force Boris Johnson to give Holyrood the power to hold a second referendum on independence, as the SNP insisted it was now the real opposition to an extreme Tory government at Westminster given Labour's disarray. The First Minister will make a statement to MSPs, urging them to unite against the threats posed by a majority Tory government and impending Brexit. It will be followed by a letter to the Prime Minister, urging him, in light of the Nationalist landslide, to agree to transfer power from Westminster to Holyrood so that Edinburgh can hold indyref2 in 2020 to escape Brexit, a request he will flatly refuse. Days before the election, Mr Johnson told the Herald that while he remained in Downing Street he would never facilitate indyref2, and the 2014 vote was for good. Speaking ahead of her statement in the Scottish Parliament, Ms Sturgeon argued that the call for a second poll was winning increasing support, pointing out how over the weekend senior Scottish Labour figures said they now accepted the argument in light of the SNP's election landslide. She noted how Labour MSPs might not yet support independence but recognised a fundamental democratic principle is now at stake. Ms Sturgeon explained how in the 1990s, with the prospect of a fourth Tory government with no mandate in Scotland, there was a coming together of parties, communities and Civic Scotland to create a Scottish Parliament. Faced with the new danger of Tory Brexiteers seeking to reshape Scotland and the UK in their right-wing image, she said, "I hope in the coming days and weeks we will see a similar coming together around the idea of Scotland's right to choose." She added, "We are facing a Conservative government, which Scotland did not vote for and which presents a real danger to our country. The Scottish Parliament has a duty to protect the values that people in Scotland voted for. We can only fully do that with independence, and that is why later this week I will take the next steps to secure Scotland's right to choose." At Westminster, her colleague Ian Blackford was asked about those next steps and whether they would include a court challenge. "Let's take things step by step over the coming days. Of course, we have game planned this, we have worked out a strategy, we have a very strong case," he declared. Asked again, the Highland MP again refused to reject the possibility of taking the Tory government to court, saying, "We will come out with our plans later this week, let's put the proposition to the government and take it from there." Under the shadow of Rodin's Burghers of Calais statue next to the House of Lords, Mr Blackford headed a photo call of the 47-strong SNP force at Westminster. After cheers, hugs and kisses, he told reporters gathered in the "For more on this story, visit the news article link."